It is that time of the month again when we do a little time traveling, and today we're going back to March 2019 and revisiting all of my favorites from that month. So it's weird, as I do this, and this is my longest running playlist. If you'd like to travel with me back in time many times, I'll link the playlist above. But some months, every single thing for the most part is still around and is a favorite. Some months, it's just a complete just leveling. There's nothing left. Everything's been replaced, discontinued, and so forth. And it's rarely a mix of the two. Today, well, I don't want to spoil it for you, but a lot of these things have been replaced. Let's start as always with beauty. I just used this, so it's a little warm and it has my hair all over it. Still a favorite. It's the Revlon One Step Hair Dryer. I do use it a little differently. For the most part, I get my hair about 75% dry with my Bio-Ionic hair dryer, which is the craziest, fastest, lightest hair dryer on the planet. If you haven't tried it, I'll link that below. And then just to finish it all out, give the body and smoothness, I finish with this guy. Still love it. The only thing that's changed in 2 years is it's available in more colors. Next was this favorite, still a favorite, still in my rotation, the No Name Mineral Liquid Foundation, available only on Amazon. I'm wearing it in the shade Linen. There's very little left. If you love mineral foundations and you just want to try the liquid version, I highly recommend this. There's a pretty decent shade range. It's a very budget-friendly option, and it wears beautifully. Next, from 2019, was what is on my lips. It is the Salute Lip Lacquer from Lancome. I'm wearing it in the shade Shine Manifesto. Not only is it still a favorite, but I've gone on to buy 3 or 4 more shades. The only thing that has changed is that Nordstrom, I think, pretty much took this off their website. The last time I checked, I couldn't find it, but you still have a pretty good shade range available on Ulta. The next foundation favorite from March 2019, definitely favorite. I'm on my second and third bottle of this. I have a backup all ready to go, of the Wander Beauty Nude Illusion Foundation. I'm wearing it in the shade Fair Light. This has consistently been my shade. And the only thing that's changed on this is that Nordstrom finally carries my shade. For some reason, Nordstrom's carried this all these years, but never in the Fair Light option. And as of checking this morning, they now have the Fair Light option on their website. Wander Beauty, obviously, their website had the full range. Now Nordstrom does too. What's great about this foundation, it's more of a medium coverage, definitely buildable. It has a beautiful, I don't want to say it's radiant because then you're going to think you're going to look shiny and sweaty. It's a glow in that it makes your skin look like that beautiful skin of a young girl who has no sun damage, no lines, no wrinkles, that firmness, that radiant, youthful glow. That's what this is. It's a fabulous product. Okay, here's where things are starting to change. So back in 2019, my first step in cleansing was to use a cleansing oil. And Dr. Dre recommended this, and it's still a good product. It's the Hotta Labo cleansing oil. I ordered it twice. I actually used up 2 full bottles of this stuff. I definitely liked it. I then moved on to a few others. I have to say, if I had to pick one cleansing oil that I like right now, it's the one from Tula. But I'm not even using that. I just went back to my favorite way to do my first step of cleansing, and that's the Colleen Rothschild Radiant Cleansing Balm. This is the regular size. I mean, there's not much to it. It's just a yellowish balm. They now carry a jumbo size of this and also a travel size, which is very handy. I have the travel size, and I usually have a jumbo size of this. And when I use up my travel size, I'll just scoop a little bit out of the main container and repack some in there so that that's what I travel with. It's so much easier to travel with a balm than an oil, of course, as well. Now onto clothing favorites from 2019, and this is where I am kicking myself. I mean, someone else is enjoying this, someone else who very much needs this, but I decluttered my closet and I got rid of a lot of things, and some of the things I got rid of were items I really like and enjoy wearing, but they're no longer available, and I feel weird about wearing stuff on camera that is no longer available because I will inevitably get a handful of messages lamenting that they can't get that item anymore. So I try to declutter it, and I'm also constantly buying new stuff for content, and so I can't keep everything. So 2 pieces that I decluttered were from Anthropologie, and one of them was in my March 2019 favorites, and I don't even know if I can find, it's in the thumbnail. It's what I'm wearing in that video. It's from their house brand Saturday Sunday, and the line is still available. It's more of a loungewear kind of, well, that's not entirely true, but the line's still available if you want to peruse what they currently have on offer. That'll be in the description box, but it was this gorgeous corally orange, very soft fleece, like they call it a cloud fleece, but it's really just like very similar to this in that it's like a waffle knit kind of shirt, but really thin weight and super soft. And I gave it to Dress for Success, so someone is enjoying it. It's just not me, but technically still a favorite. Just don't have it anymore. Another favorite from 2019 was the Drape front blazer that is actually still available. It's on the Walmart website. I have it in navy. I believe it also comes in black, and most of the sizes, I believe in both colors, are still available. It is a nice closet staple, and I'm glad that they haven't gotten rid of it. But if I had to say a favorite blazer specifically from Walmart, it would definitely be the new one from Scoop that I picked up in pink, and I want to grab it in white as well for the spring summer season. This is another blazer I'm enjoying. Blazers are back, and this one is a little more heavyweight. I'm probably not gonna be able to wear this once the weather turns truly warm, but this is from J. Crew Factory, and it's more like a sweater knit. No, it's definitely, it is a sweater type blazer. It's almost like a cardigan feeling to it, but I like this concept as well. This is where things get weird because it looks like I veer into accessories and then swing back to clothing and then go back to accessories again. I don't know what I was thinking when I made this video, but the next favorite were these slip-on espadrilles from, I had ordered them originally from Walmart. They are this kind of, I can't find this one anywhere. These espadrilles are still available. I'm gonna show you what I mean in a second. These are the canvas version, and that's the problem. I can't find the canvas version. I am hoping that as we move more solidly into spring, they will release this in canvas. I did go ahead and purchase after that at some point the same style, same brand, Circus by Sam Edelman, but in the micro suede. And now this is all over the place. I can find this everywhere, and they come in a lot of color options, super comfortable, great option for spring, summer, but I really hope they bring the canvas one back because that's more of a true espadrille to me look. Then I swing back to clothing for just a brief moment. The EV1 Love Flag. This is such a great t-shirt. Obviously I still have it in my closet. It is no longer available. It was on their website for years, so I really can't complain. I don't know what's going on with the EV1 brand. It looks like they're not adding to it. They still have EV1 on the website. I love their jeans. I am very concerned they are going to just not continue the line. So if you love like the wide leg jeans that I recently showed in my J. Crew Factory try-on, order them now. Order all the colors that you want because I have a feeling they're phasing it out because I don't see anything new for spring. And they've added all kinds of lines and collections for spring for all their other house brands. So I think that's the end of the EV1 line at Walmart. Now we are solidly into accessories, and we're gonna start with the premiere of what is still an absolute favorite for me. These are the No Tie shoelaces. They are silicone shoelaces. You pull the original shoelaces out, and then they make it so that they're no tie and just they turn any lace-up shoe into a slip-on. In addition, in 2019, these shoes were a favorite. These are the Madewell Sidewalk sneakers. These are still available. They have tweaked them a little bit for 2021. The original version and the new version are both available, so I will link both options below, but I have the original. These are great. I would say they run very much true to size. These are a size 6.5. I can go 6.5 or 7 if something runs small. So I got these in my true size 6.5. Okay, another favorite, gone. It's been decluttered. It was also from Walmart. It was this really cute kind of nautical themed tote bag, and I loved it. I don't know if I used it more than twice, so I just decided to declutter it. But while I was perusing Walmart's website this morning to see if it was still available, it's not. But I did see that they have brought back another perennial favorite that I have never bought, and I need to rectify it and just buy it. I especially like the color options that they have for this season. It's their big circle straw bag with color blocking on it. It's a great, great spring summer bag, and I love that they continue to bring it out and they update it every year. So if you haven't snatched it up or you've been waiting for a different kind of color combo, check out what they have on offer for this season because I think you'll be really pleased. This time 2 years ago, I was getting ready to head off to the Reward Style Conference. That was the last time I got to go to one. Obviously 2020 got canceled. They're not doing it for 2021 because too much is up in the air. Hopefully they'll bring it back for 2022. Hopefully I'll be qualified to go in 2022. Regardless, I was getting ready to go to the big conference and I picked up a bunch of cute handbags to go with all my outfits. Lots of outfits. I think it's 3 days, so 6-ish outfits, sometimes 7. And I got this really cute little kind of white straw handbag from Target. Obviously it's no longer available. Since then, I've picked up this, and it's obviously a different price point, but this is the Gigi New York Genevieve bucket bag, and it's Italian canvas and white leather. It does come in other, I think you can get the leather in navy and maybe a deeper brown. I know for sure navy. And I know that this is a different price point, but this is what I reach for. It's a lot sturdier. It's gonna hold up through time. It does have a detachable shoulder strap that I've obviously detached. It has, you close it with the drawstring, and then inside it just has one little slip pocket. You can fit quite a bit in it as well. I think it's adorable. It's pretty much timeless, and I'm glad that I have picked this up in the meantime. Another favorite from 2019 were these, the Sam Edelman, what do they call this, the E flats. I guess these are their version of the Hermes flat. That would be an H. I don't have Hermes shoes. I don't think I'm ever gonna have Hermes shoes. That's okay. These are a great dupe. There are dupes of this as well at a much lower price point. I do like the Sam Edelmans. They have a lot more padding inside than just the sheer flat, just like a little thin strip of leather between your foot and the concrete. So this is a little more comfortable. These are still around. I don't think they're ever going anywhere, and they're available in just about every color combination you could think of. Now on to lifestyle. So March 2019, we had our book club on The Deep End, which is the first book in the Country Club Murders by Julie Mulhern. And this month, in 2021, she released the 12th book in the series. So good, so good. My only complaint, I went through it in a day. Literally spent the whole day immersed in it and finished it. Do you ever have a book series that you love so much that you actually don't want to read the newest one because you know then it's gonna be over and now you gotta wait like another year or 2 or more for the next book? That's the feeling that I get when a Julie Mulhern book gets released. I'm so excited to read it, and then I kind of dread it because I don't want it to be over. The series has just continued to do well. Each book is better than the one before. So if you haven't tried The Country Club Murders from Julie Mulhern, stop. Whatever you're doing, just go get the first book. You will not be disappointed, I promise. Okay, I see I'm still getting ready to go to that conference because I was talking about suitcases. And I do love still the SwissGear brand. We still have quite a few pieces. The hard shell case that I got in, or was talking about in March of 2019 is, as far as I can see, not exactly available. Since then, I have picked up a set of the iFly luggage and have been using it pretty much exclusively, at least for me. I love it. It's very affordable. It's held up well. We've dragged it all over the country, and occasionally I get a little scratch. Magic Eraser takes care of that. So I'm really, really pleased with the quality of the iFly luggage. I'm so glad that I'm doing this video because one of the things I get asked the most about, and it's random, these direct messages will come out of nowhere, is can you recommend that sheet set you talked about? I can't remember when it was, and I was like, I can't remember when it was either, but it is the Threshold sheet set from Target, and it is actually still available. I was shocked because Target kind of cycles through stuff pretty quickly, and it's still available. What I like about it, it's their performance line. The sheets stay pretty cool. It's not 100% cotton percal, which I really, really want to try one of those, but it's pretty close and they do stay pretty cool. I want to get one set of the Brooklinen 100% cotton percal sheets. I have read reviews. Those are supposed to be the literally coolest sheets for spring, summertime. The only thing is they don't have the color selection. I like a darker sheet. I like the navy blue sheets. They, have the standard kind of hotel color. So there is that, but I'm gonna give them a try, I think, soon. So if any of you have tried the Brooklinen sheets, a lot of people like the linen ones, and then they also have the cotton percale ones, let me know. I would love to get your feedback before I pull the trigger on that set. It's a little bit of an investment. And then speaking of sleeping, in March 2019, I did share this. This is from the brand This Works. It's the Deep Sleep Pillow Spray. I was actually first introduced to this years and years and years ago in a blog post from A Model Recommends. I'll link her YouTube channel below. She is fabulous. And then we went to London and they actually had tiny little travel sizes of this in the hotel that we stayed at, like, you know, on the nightstands. And if you want to train your brain to just fall asleep faster, this definitely helps. I spray this on my pillow and I'll spray this actually just on the actual sheets near where my head would be. It works. I mean, it's not going to make you stay asleep all night, but your brain will associate the scent with going to sleep, and that's lovely. I've talked about this a lot, and I don't want to beat this to death, but if you want to actually stay asleep, I've been using these CBD Soft Gels from the Trusted Lab, and I don't take them as a sleeping pill, but I will take them either every night, sometimes every other night, just to keep the cannabinoid levels consistent in my system, and that seems to help me fall asleep and stay asleep throughout the night. I do take these in the evening about an hour or so before I go to bed. And then lastly, let's talk about phone charger cables. So I think all of us have experimented with every kind of lightning cable or phone charging cable you can think of, from now I have an iPhone, from the, you know, Apple brand that are most expensive to all the Amazon, you know, no-name brands. And I'm starting to think it might be worth investing in the slightly more expensive name brand ones because they do seem to last longer than the off-brand ones. None of them last forever. Apple probably lasts the longest. I like the Anchor brand. It's sort of in the middle price range. So that's what I'm currently recommending. Back in 2019, I was still recommending the no-name brands. Obviously, they're cheaper. You can get more of them, but they don't last a particularly long time. So if anyone has just tremendous luck with a specific brand, please also in the comments below, let me know, because it's a search for this elusive, like a holy grail, literally. I feel like I'm Indiana Jones, just looking for the longest lasting phone cord that doesn't just randomly die on you when you're traveling and that's the only one that you have. Does that ever happen to anyone? Yeah, me, like every other trip. Okay, well those were my 2019 favorites, and for the most part, many of them have been discontinued or replaced, but you never know what's gonna happen next month. So if you like these kind of videos, please make sure that you're subscribed. I do this every single month where I go back 2 years to the exact same month and revisit those favorites. I do a lot of other videos as well. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of them. And as always, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really do appreciate the time that you take to spend with me. I do not take it for granted, and I love every comment. I read every single one, and I look forward to hearing from all of you. Thanks again for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!